So I finally got access to Google Gemini 1.5 Pro, which has a context window of 1 million tokens. This model allows you to put in 1 hour of video, 11 hours of audio, 30,000 lines of code, and up to 700,000 words. This is a 147-page PDF, and so we just upload it to the new Google Gemini. And this is basically 122,000 tokens, which is like somewhere around 100,000 words. Thing is I can upload almost 10 times more than this. Tell me about these papers. List them all and tell me the main purpose and findings of each one in very simple language. And look at that. It gave us a concise list of all of the papers and the purpose and the findings from each one. And so what that research paper was just context. 16 months ago, the context window for ChatGPT originally started at around 4,000 tokens. If you multiply that by 10 times, you get 40,000 tokens. You would need to multiply this by like 25 to get to this 1 million context window. And that's how much you can enter into the new Google Gemini 1.5. So after testing Google Gemini, I came up with this question that I think a lot of people are asking right now. What if the context was just my life? What if I could put my life in there? It would know everything that I've seen and anything that I've thought. This is where the AI wearable space is going. If you look at something like the Humane AI pin or the Rewind pendant, these things are basically going to gather information that you can use as context for AI models. And I realized that I can actually kind of already create this for myself. So I'm using this tool, it's called Readwise. And what Readwise allows you to do is when you're on any web page, you can save the web page to Readwise, and you can highlight things and add comments, including videos. So while you're watching YouTube videos, as it goes through the video, it's actually going to be following along right here, and when you find something that is interesting, you can select that part. I can select this part and then just hit add note. Now I can add my own thoughts to this. And so what I'm going to do is say, this is interesting and I agree. And what this automatically does is through Readwise, you can set up automations so that it automatically gets saved to Google Docs. And so every single thing that I save gets automatically uploaded as a Google document. And so this is what immediately just got uploaded, right? This is basically my 2 highlights and then my note on this one right here. So this is interesting and I agree. And right here we can see the quote that he put in. Well, I actually wanted to store this in a central database. Using a tool called Zapier, I'm sending these to a central database that I'm calling my AI-powered second brain. And here we can see 100 of the things that I've last saved, because I just started doing this in the past few days. And now I'm going to be able to use Google Gemini to ask questions about all the things that I've saved. This is something that I saved earlier today, I believe, because each one has a link and a date, and I don't have to add anything to this. This all happens in the background. Theoretically, I don't ever even have to come to this site because I'm only going to use Google Gemini to access information. And so this is something that Patrick Butler posted recently. He said, if you can write at the 11th grade level, use Zapier, keep an organized calendar, and learn a few keyboard shortcuts, you'll be more valuable than 95% of the people. And so I commented on it, and it automatically saves what he wrote and what I wrote immediately. All I have to do is annotate it on Readwise, boom, it gets sent here. And I'll show you exactly how I did that in 1 second. But the important part that I want you to understand is once we save that information, which happens automatically, to this AI-powered second brain, I can upload it to something that has a super large context window. In this case, we're talking about Google Gemini. and I can begin to ask it questions. And so we are going to create a new prompt here, and I'm going to go up to File, Drive, and I'm going to hit Recent AI-powered second brain. And we're going to upload this, and we're going to make sure that we're on Google Gemini 1.5 Pro. Now we're talking to my AI-powered second brain. What have I saved about AI video? Show me all the interesting things I've saved. Separate them into categories. Tell me the patterns that you see. And so it's going to go through that entire document and tell me basically the patterns of different things that I've seen, my own thoughts on those things, whether I'm positive or negative about those things. And it's going to actually just give me kind of a sentiment analysis and a summary of the things that I've saved. And so it is done. Let's take a look at this information here. So interesting things that I've saved about AI video. It's separated into 4 categories: advancements in AI video technology, applications of AI video, impact of AI video on Hollywood, and general observations and predictions. And I forgot to ask for links. So we can see that the recent advancements are OpenAI's Sora, Luma AI, generative AI research, 11 Labs AI sound effects. We see applications, revolutionizing gaming interaction, transforming videos into various styles, generating realistic F1 racing videos. This was one of them by Sora, which was one of the Rowan Chung tweets that I saved. And so here is the impact of AI on Hollywood. I've saved multiple things about that. This is where it gets really interesting. Watch this. I want you to find an interesting trend in my AI-powered second brain. Create a narrative video script outline where you're coming up with a global narrative for a video and using quotes from each source to back it up. So it's going to look through my second brain, which is there automatically, right? It's from me just consuming and writing my thoughts. And it is going to pull information from my second brain, look for patterns, and it's going to write a video script. I can tell it what overall topic I want it to be. I want this to be about, and I'm going to add one more thing, for all sources you bring up, provide a link to the source as found in the sheet. Let's see how it does. And so after about 55 seconds, it is done. Check this out. AI video, a new era of storytelling. AI video technology is poised to transform the way stories are told and experienced. Recent advancements of AI video technology have been nothing short of breathtaking. OpenAI's Sora, for example, can create stunningly realistic videos from simple text prompts and images. As Rowan Chung notes, OpenAI just took a massive video leap out of nowhere, bringing us closer to outputs nearly indistinguishable from reality. I can open this in a new tab and be taken directly to Rowan Chung's original tweet right here. This is the original thread that it came from. If you've used ChatGPT before and just kind of asked it to write an essay on a given topic, it doesn't really do that well because, again, it lacks context. However, if you have a system where all of the things that you think and all the things that you consume are uploaded to one central location, in this case, which is the AI second brain, which is done automatically without any extra work for me. It does cost a little money to set up the automations. For this automation, it is very, very simple. I'm using Zapier. So Zapier is one of the workflow automation tools. When something happens in one application, it can create actions to communicate with other applications. And so in this case, the trigger is the first thing that happens in the chain. When a new Google Doc is created in a specific folder, the Readwise folder, it then takes that raw information and it's going to extract their words. I'm having it separate that into 2 different sections. It's basically saying that each one of these documents is divided into annotations and Riley's notes. I'm basically telling it to write a bunch of statements of beliefs. So it's saying Riley agrees with blank, that X, Y, or Z. Riley believes blank, and it's based on what I put in the notes, creating context on my beliefs over time. Then it's coming up with an AI title. And then for this last one, and only responding with one singular link. Is this the most efficient way to do this? Probably not. For now, I don't care. I just wanted to get the reps in, and I can worry about efficiency later. I'm sure I don't need to use ChatGPT for this, and I'm probably wasting a couple cents, every 10 times that I use it. I don't give a shit. What I care about is that it automatically gets added into this. This AI-powered second brain has the title, the annotation, which is what they said, right? Grok Inc. said the following, and then it said this part right here. And then it says, Riley believes Grok is scaling up. If I wanted to see where I got this original information for this one, I can click on it right here and be taken directly to the original source. And so this was just one little thing that I agreed with. When you're using Readwise, you don't even have to go to the Readwise app. You can click this Readwise button, and then you can just select it. And then you can add a note directly on the website, which is insane. This is a test, ignore. I'll probably check this once every few days to make sure that everything's working correctly, but I don't have to do anything on this. This is just a place for me to search on Gemini. I want you to come up with the 25 laws of the AI era, similar to Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, but now I want you to write it from the perspective of Riley and create definitive laws for surviving the AI era. Provide links for each of the laws that you create. Let's try this. Okay, here we go. Riley's 25 laws for surviving the AI era. The law of openness. Embrace a beginner's mind and continuously update your knowledge. The half-life of information is shrinking, and clinging to outdated knowledge will leave you behind. The law of agency. Recognize your power to shape the future of AI. Don't succumb to fear or apathy. Actively participate in shaping its development. The law of synergy. Combine a diverse AI tools to unlock their full potential. These are all themes and things that I've been talking about. The law of clarity. Ask powerful questions to direct your focus and awareness. Clarity is power. These are all things that I've talked about. Now, from the perspective of Riley, I want you to cite sources from the AI-powered second brain with links. Write a chapter of the book, 25 Laws of the AI Era. You are writing chapter 1. Hook, comma, thesis, comma, point 1 through 3, comma, conclusion. So we're giving it a specific structure for this little book that it's writing, and we're going to do it on chapter 1, the law of openness. And so we want it to cite sources from my brain. Let's see. And so there we go. We have chapter 1, the law of openness, embracing the beginner's mind. So it gave us an intro. And here we go. This severely hampered the ability of AI models to handle complex tasks that required large amounts of information. But now with models like Gemini 1.5 Pro boasting a context window of over 1 million tokens, the game has changed completely. As Ethan Mollick experienced, I fed it all of my published academic work prior to 2022, over 1,000 pages of PDFs spread across 20 papers and books, and Gemini was able to summarize the themes in my work and quote accurately among the papers. This is a staggering leap forward and just the beginning. Google has already announced plans to increase the context window to 10 million. So it gave us an example and then gave us something about the future here. So if we open this in a new tab, this came from me reading Ethan Mollick's newsletter. And if you just press the Readwise button and select the parts that you find interesting and add your own thoughts, it automatically gets saved to your second brain. I keep saying that over and over again, but it's so sick. And now it can create an an essay based on my thoughts, based on the things that it found interesting. And then it goes right on to the next paragraph. This rapid evolution is not limited to context windows. Just look at the emergence of AI video generation models like OpenAI's Sora. As Matt Wolf explains, Sora is the most insane AI text-to-video model anyone has ever seen. It can generate up to 60 minutes of videos, blah, blah, and it's just insanely realistic. And this technology has the potential to revolutionize filmmaking, countless industries. And I don't know why it's putting the rundown here. Okay, so I just found the Matt Wolf quote. I hadn't set up the automation. That's actually why it got wrong. So I need to make sure that it adds the link in the right place so that it can find it and provide to me the correct link. But Matt Wolf did indeed say this, and this is something that I actually saved in one of his videos. Because again, anything you save to Readwise, you can watch the video, and as you're watching the video, you can see the text and you can highlight text that you want it to save. And then that can be referenced later when you're making videos like this. Now write Chapter 2. We could write a whole book like this, and obviously this is me just randomly coming up with it on the fly. I'm sure there's a way that you could do this. Here's Chapter 2, The Law of Agency, taking control of your destiny in the age of AI. And the quote that it grabbed was, as Imad Mostak said at the CogX Festival in 2023, the technology is available for you all today to download on your laptop. You don't need permission. You can build and immediately have agency. This is a powerful message. We don't need to wait for the government or corporations to tell us how to use AI. We can start experimenting and building with it today. We can take control of our own destinies and use AI to create a better future for ourselves. Here's the source. We click on it right here. It takes us directly to the Imad Mostak video that I watched, and I added a highlight to it, and it knew exactly what part of the video that I wanted to get, which is awesome. Chapter 3, and here is Chapter 3, and finally, it got something that I created. And so Chapter 3, The Law of Synergy, combining AI tools for exponential results. The power of AI lies not in its individual capabilities, but also in its ability to synergize with other technologies and tools. By combining different AI tools and applications, we can unlock their full potential, blah, 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 blah. An example of this synergy is the use of AI for content creation. As I mentioned in a previous tweet, and it even knew that I was Am Riley, as I mentioned in a previous tweet, any character, any song, AI tools, Suno AI for music, Face Fusion allows me to put any character's face on any face. And by combining these tools, we can create engaging content. So I basically use Suno AI to create, a creative little video using music, and that's what it was referencing. And then here it said another example of AI workflow automation by integrating AI models like ChatGPT with automation platforms like Zapier. We can create powerful agents that can automate complex tasks. And we can see here that the rundown was the one that discussed this. And so it's highlighted right here for me to see how to use ChatGPT and Zapier to prepare for meetings. So I saved this and it referenced it later. This is wild. I'm so excited to just keep building this AI-powered second brain. And maybe once this becomes public, if you can create custom Geminis or whatever, I'll make it public for people to use. But I think this could be valuable to some other people. Okay, so let's quickly review everything that we've learned in this video. Every single day, there's so much information coming into you, whether it's through your computer or your phone. I wanted to figure out a way that with as little friction as possible and with as much accuracy as possible, captures the information and then the thoughts about that information, which is why I'm choosing to use Readwise. All I need to do is save the things I find interesting, add notes or comments to those things that shows my thoughts, and it will automatically add to my database. And using AI, it'll give it an AI title or topic. It will save the annotations and summarize their annotations. It'll actually create a list of Riley's thoughts for each thing that gets entered in the database. This all happens automatically. For Readwise, it is a Chrome extension that you can save any article, any video, anything to immediately with just one click. And so I just saved this video here, and if we go to Readwise, we can see all the things that we've saved. You can have a short list and an archive. I like to keep my main list as short as possible. When I'm done using it, I just press the S key to send it to my short list or the E key to send it to the archive. So I just saved this one. And what I do is I save the articles that I think I might find interesting, and then every day I'll basically prioritize them. Be like, okay, I'm going to watch videos or read articles for an hour today. We had it create video outlines with sources, book chapter outlines. They weren't full, but they were like little mini essays or blog posts. You can create lists like I did with the laws of the AI-powered era. Basically, we just made the process of having a searchable and creative AI-powered second brain immediately accessible and super easy to add information to it, because all we do is highlight information you think is interesting and comment. And in future videos, we're actually going to talk about the intake, right? Where do you find the information that you're highlighting? Because that is almost as important, right? You need to have a good filter in the AI era because there's so much information. You want to only find the best information and the information that resonates with you the most. And so we can actually use AI to do that, but I'll talk about that in a future video. And so if you like this type of stuff, I'm going to be doing this a lot more. So subscribe